the ball and moving it fast, switching the ball fast from one side to the other. We just need to keep doing that. Also, we need to finish. I think that's a big story right now in the first half. We just couldn't finish, take our chances.
That took me up to the next one real quick. How do you finish? You had a couple of crossbars. What's the secret?
We just gotta focus on the ball, keep an eye on the ball, and pick your spot and finish. That's just going to be the key for us in the second.
Player coach Massoud Mert, thanks a lot. Good luck second half.
Thanks.
Let's go back up for the second half action now with Colin Steeves. Here is Dan Robertson, guys.
Just before we do, Scott, thanks. A look at some of what Massoud did in the first half.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about his skill, but it's also his balance. He always knows exactly where he's going. He's very aware of where the other players are, and it's always, you never see him have the ball on the wrong foot. He's very aware where the other players are, so he can always keep it for himself. Just a fantastic player, and we're seeing a great display from Massoud Mert today.
And he doesn't panic, you can see from that pack too, right? That's always key. So the teams switch side. Heard Jack Simpson tell Scott Squires before the break that we're giving their shooters too much space. Is something you mentioned after the goal off the foot of Weber.
Yeah,
next time down, he still had that much space again.
Yeah, so hopefully he reiterated that at half. And it's not so bad when it's at like midfield, but as the Suburban team gets a little bit closer to the 18-yard box in the attack in third, you really want to start to step up and put pressure on them.
Maybe that's a bit of the Valley youth showing, maybe a bit of hesitancy.
Yeah, a little bit of a hesitance and an awareness there, but
looking good here is Schaffelberg coming in off the left side. Can he get to it? He does. Just chipped it ahead though, and Abdul Hadi was there defensively, but some good speed from Valley to start the second half. As Alex Morera is there, some switches made. There's Patrick Reddick moving it up to midfield. Reddick wearing 16 for Suburban.
Two banks, two echelons, let's go. Take the sit out of this throw, guys. Pressure it.
Actually, Rooney wearing 16. There he is.
He's another young
Youngster.
player, always been involved in the provincial program. He's probably about 17, maybe 18 right now, but very quick feet, very skilled. And once again, one of those players that Massoud actively recruited and made sure that he had the type of talent that he wanted for his team to be able to play the way they do.
Yeah, you can see Weber go down hard. May have embellished it somewhat.
But still, I mean, maybe, but still a little bit of a reckless foul there by Daniel Sikora.
Faisal Abdul Hadi starting that play as Rooney is after it. Rooney's a name we've maybe heard for all the wrong reasons during the World Cup. Old Wayne Rooney, of course. So didn't produce as much, perhaps, as England would have hoped.
Nope.
It's all right. Not alone.
Yeah, he could have used some help from his other players as well.
Second half just underway here at Raymond Field as that ball bounces well for Schaffelberg. He's after it in the same spot he was just a moment ago, but can't track it down.
So now this is an interesting matchup right here with Zach Schaffelberg going up against Faisal Abdul Hadi. Zach, like we said in the first half, you know, a lot of speed, a lot of quickness, has some great skill. Faisal, not so much experience in the NSSL. He's quite a young player too, so excited to see what Zach can do given that matchup right now in this half.
Matt Hogg actually made a couple of good plays in goal. One very good save with the left hand in the first half. Schaffelberg looking for that ball coming through again. It's smashed away by Alaoui. Bodied down by Devin Tetlow. Tetlow watched closely over there, and Suburban gets it back.
You know, one thing Massoud mentioned at half was, you know, we simply need to finish, and you kind of wonder. Well, it's a pretty bad foul there. You kind of wonder if all those missed chances they had in the first half are going to come back to haunt them, right? And the more Valley hangs around, the more of an opportunity they're going to have, and they're not going to lose a whole lot of confidence if they keep staying in this game.
Well, it looks like they'll have a chance here. Schaffelberg going to set something up.
Yeah, it's a good call there by John Gray.
The shot stopped by Hogg as he just had to go to his left quickly.
I like that thought because that happens a lot where the wall's getting set up and the keeper could be potentially setting up the wall sometimes, and you can catch him off his line, catch him off guard. So good thought by Zach Schaffelberg, but Matt Hogg very aware there. able to come quick off his line and get it.
And did you hear what he said to Abdul Hadi?
No.
Don't do that again. He looked.
Yeah.
We could see him as well as we could hear him.
Yeah.
Basil, don't do that again. Running into it is Tetlow. Is Valley starting with a bit of a flourish here in the second half. Trying to track down. I'm not sure who that yellow card went against. If it was,
I thought it was Fazio.
Yeah, he was in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
he kind of tugged Zach Schaffelberg's jersey there. And so, and the thing is, if Zach would have been clear on a break, that would have been a red card because it's denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. So he's lucky there was a couple other players behind him there who could have been potentially sent off.
back for it defensively is Mitten for Valley. Played it up on the right side, just out of the reach of Greg Theriault. Theriault checking in. He wears 14 in white. Theriault going to Royal Military College in Kingston, Ontario, as he's had the foot on the ball there. There's Abdul Hadi, who had the yellow card just moments ago. First of the game for either side. Schaffelberg neatly plays that out of midair. He started with some spark here in the second half. Moves it to midfield. Kind of a weak passing attempt there, and Rooney with Schaffelberg knocks him down.
And you know what? We're starting to see Zach Schaffelberg coming into the game a little bit, and we did mention, you know, that matchup is going to be key. Fazio, not as much experience as the other back that was on in the first half. So can Zach get involved in the game? It's a big thing that Valley needs to get him involved.
That was just a good old-fashioned body check right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed good speed to get back to Rooney, though, as Rooney's no slouch himself in the speed department. Talal Alaoui up to midfield looking for Rooney. Abdul Hadi moving it away, and now Nick Stoddard lost his balance, but Rooney gets it. So lots of substitutions for Suburban at the half. Schaffelberg, it's around Stoddard, but no further.
Yeah, and you saw that, you know, it's kind of a tricky play by Connor Rooney where he tried to flick it over the player's head, and that's something that Massoud really likes about Connor, is he has a lot of talent, a lot of skill, and the only thing with these types of players is Connor, Ishraq, and Jason Paul is Massoud has challenged them. Can you keep up with the physical aspect of the game? And that where they're young is what we talked about a little bit with the Valley team as well. It's tough to adjust to that pace of the game and the strength of the game.
A good play there by Faisal Abdul Hadi to kick it over his own head and move it forward. Neat footwork by Nils Weber, who takes a look. Rooney. Did he step out? He came close to it. Abdul Hadi to throw in. Nobody on Weber. Rooney. Moving into the middle.
Great ball.
Nice ball through there for Greedy. It got away from him, and Matt Nunn sliding it forward. There's Theriault. So Valley gets out of danger very quickly. Started by Matt Nunn. Rooney with some space now on the right side. Rooney looking for a teammate, try to chip that through, and it worked. He got a favorable bounce, but got away from Greedy up there.
Yeah, and it's a nice run from Rooney to cut inside there and see what the defense does, and they kind of left him with enough room to be able to play that ball. And it was also a nice run by Ian Greedy they both kind of cut inside. Just a little bit out of reach for Ian Greedy, though.
Rooney's done that a couple of times, so we'll see if he continues to move into the middle of the field.
And it's a reoccurring theme with the Suburban team. They're all comfortable with the ball at their feet. They all have a lot of skill, a lot of talent.
Now they control it at midfield now is Stoddard.
Yeah, and a guy like Massoud, just makes the little moves and shifts that he makes it look effortless. But that's a result of a lot of physical training that he does, and I know the guy keeps in shape a lot. And when you couple that with the amount of skill he has, it's a great thing to watch.
He moved that ball off and collided with Daniel Sakara. See it right